Good morning to everybody. It was a beautiful sunrise this morning, and nice to start off with this large male giraffe. He's busy on a tree called a buffalo thorn here. I'm still around the lodge. I'm going to be looking this morning in this area. I want to try and see if I can find the Orpen males and see if they're with any females, the Mbiris or maybe even the Koppies. We haven't seen the Koppies for quite a long time in their cubs. It's due to the fact that the Mbiris are pushing more into their territory, mating with the Orpen males. So I'm going to be looking for any lions this morning, and a leopard or two would be great. But yeah, let's head out there and see what we can get. So around the lodge we've got very large open plains. We call them buffalo plains. And due to the recent fire and all the rain, beautiful green grass that's growing here now. So a huge attractant for a lot of herbivores, the zebras, the wildebeest, impalas, waterbuck. So it's always a good place to check first thing in the morning to see if the lions have come through here during the night or maybe still moving through here looking for prey. There's a huge variety of general game through this area at the moment. Incredible light this morning as well, probably the most beautiful light we've had in the last few weeks. So just after seeing those large tracks in the road, luckily not too far away was this Orpen male, sitting beautifully in the sunlight here. So it's just this male around here at the moment. No females or his coalition partners also not here. I did see them over the weekend. Him and his partner were with the 6 Mbiri females closer to our lodge. And the other guy's not looking too bad. I mean, he hasn't lost any condition. And he has been eating well, so it was probably with the Mbiris that they managed to bring down sunning. So they were well fed, so he did get a good meal. There's a lot of zebra and impala to the left here. You might hear them alarm calling every now and again. Just heard lions roaring now further to the west in the Timbavati, probably the Ross males with the Birmingham pride. You can see he didn't pay too much attention. He's heard those males roaring very often and he knows who they are. I found with male lions, once they have their sort of boundary set up, territory set up, and they can recognize the different lion calls out here, these males, they can recognize individual lion roars. So now that he knows that call, he doesn't respond to it as if it's an intruder or an unknown male that he hasn't sort of heard before. So he won't pay too much attention to it. Us as humans can hear those roars pretty much up to 8 kilometers away, although I've heard lions roaring over 12 to 14 kilometers away. It just depends on the temperature and the land, the time of day. So you can imagine a lion can almost hear double that in distance. So you can imagine all the lion roars that they hear during the night time and while they're out on patrol. They'll only respond to those that they need to. And like I said, lions do recognize individual lion roars. To us, a lion roar sounds almost the same, although some you can individualize. I remember one of the Mapojos, they always said he had a characteristic lion roar. And one of the Narus, Natimbavati, they also say he has quite a long, drawn-out roar. So yeah, you can, as a human, sometimes tell individual roars apart. But like I say, for a lion, they can identify individual roars from all over. It's quite funny, look how the dung beetle's rolling that ball of dung right into that lion's, well, backside. He's trying to should have swatted him away with its tail. Another huge herd of elephants here, not very far from that lion. Looks to be one of the same herds that we saw at the dam 2 days ago on Monday. That female with the backward facing tusk is here, and also that large female with no tusks. Lots of youngsters in this herd, some very young ones. That little one there is probably only about 3 months old. On quite a mission here, they're not stopping, they've had their drink it seems. I've just passed Kokomoya Dam. And now they're heading into the thickets again to feed for the day. large group of ground hornbills here at Main Dam. I counted 6 of them, which is a nice big group. They're busy looking for food here in the open clearings. You can see the juvenile there. The juvenile's got no coloration on the face. It usually takes him about 2 years before you start seeing that color, that red color. It's quite typical to just see the one youngster. Often the first hatch kills off the second hatch, so the second chick doesn't normally make it. I showed you the dung beetles earlier. They love eating the dung beetles at this time of the year. Feeding a lot of different insects, like grasshoppers. In this exact same area I've seen them actually catching baby scrub hares. Baby scrub hares are called leverets. And obviously things like snakes and tortoises, lizards, ground birds, chameleons. So they'll pretty much feed on anything, these guys. See the dikops there, the thick knees harassing the hornbill. Dikops have their eggs on the ground, as well as the chicks, if they're very young, will be on the ground. They don't, they're born precocial, but they do nest on the ground. So these hornbills would also feed on their chicks. Oh, okay, they got a tortoise here. Well, that's it from us this morning. Thanks so much for joining us. Really nice to catch up with one of the Orpen males in that beautiful morning light. Another nice big herd of elephants. They just seem to be everywhere at the moment. Lots of elephants all over. And then also that very interesting sighting at Main Dam with a ground hornbill managing to catch a tortoise. Not something you see every day. Warming up nicely here. It's probably close to mid 30 degrees Celsius and we haven't even got to 10 o'clock. So a nice warm day ahead for us here today. But yeah, we look forward to seeing you again on Friday.